Hey everybody, it's Josie here. I'm going to be doing my TBR for the Reading Rush 2020. So I just watched the announcement video in terms of what the actual categories are and what the challenges are this year, and I thought there were some really interesting challenges. So I've picked some books. We'll see if I get to read them all. I may have picked some long ones, but I'm going to probably cheat just a little bit. Just a little bit because I can and it's fun, but I'm not going to cheat completely. It's just that I've started one of the books already, but it's a very long book. So anyway, so the kind of, I suppose, the cheat I'm doing is, so the first challenge is, no, I'm not, this is not the cheat, no. So I'll read the challenges, I'll tell you what book I'm planning to read, and then we'll talk a bit about it. So the cover that matches the colour of your birthstone is the first challenge. I was born in March. Apparently my birthstone is aquamarine. Not the easiest colour to find on my bookshelf, but weirdly, I found this one. Now to me, I'm classifying this as aquamarine because all of the other books that I have that are blue are really kind of dark or sort of sapphire blue or more blue, whereas aquamarine is more of that light turquoisey kind of colour, kind of greeny blue. And I think this book, you know, these are all shades of aquamarine to me. This book is called Thicker Than Water and it's by Carla Jablonski. It sounds really, really good. So it is like a goth girl thriller. And that is kind of all I want to know going in. I freaking love the cover of this book. I'm really into dark literature at the moment. Well, I always have been, but I think I'm kind of more into it and I'm sharing more of it probably on the channel now. So this is really one that I'm looking forward to immensely to read. And I literally cannot wait to get into it. It says, when does escape become obsession? And I'm just like, Kia searching for an escape from her mother's cancer, from her father's apathy, from her own rage. And I just think it sounds incredible. I don't really want to know too much more about the story, but yeah, really looking forward to reading this. Then the next one, and this is the one I'm kind of cheating on, is a book starting with the, and then the next challenge is also to read a book that was inspired by a movie that you've already watched. And this is going to be one and the same. It is The Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. Now, the reason I say I'm cheating a little bit is because I've already started reading this, but it is a very long book for a readathon, and I do kind of want to get through more than one book for the readathon. So I figured I'm going to finish this book during the readathon, but I'm also going to rewatch Queen of the Damned. I'm going to download that, watch it again. So I think that would be a lovely kind of thing to kind of tie the two things in together, is watch the film and finish the book. So yeah, so that counts for the two challenges. Then the next one is read the first book you touch. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. So I have got a bunch of books down here. I've been doing some filming, and I've been doing some clearing out. So I've got like a whole bunch of like books that are down here. There's some more here. And I am going to just scatter them out. Scatter them all out. Oh, la 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 la. What is that? It's Deadwood Walking. Okay, so Deadwood Walking comparison. I have read this book already, but I love it. I was just using this in a video that I was filming. And you know what? I'm going to try again. It's not the smallest book for a readathon. I will try and read at least some of this because, to be fair, I really love reading it. And yeah, it's a great book. It's about a bounty hunting witch and her partners, who is a living vampire, Ivy, who is amazing, and also her pixie, Jenks. It is one of my favourite urban fantasies of all time, and it's always fun. So I will delve into this a little bit, hopefully for the readathon. I can't promise I'll read the whole thing, but I'm definitely going to try and read a few chapters. So where did my book go? I've like scattered everything doing that. So that's that challenge. Then the next one is to read a book outside of your house. What I chose for that is, if I can get out of my house, I don't leave the house much these days, but I thought maybe I can go down near the beachfront if it isn't too busy. And for that, I'm reading The Sleeper and the Spindle. This is by Neil Gaiman, and this is a retelling of what's the one? Sleeping Beauty. I was like, what's the one where she pricks her finger? The Sleeping Beauty story, and it is beautiful. It is this beautiful graphic novel, but it's kind of a queer version of it. It's just gorgeous. I couldn't resist when I saw this course at Waterstones, and I thought a graphic novel is a great thing to read when you're outside and you don't really want to be out there very long. So The Sleep and the Spindle. Oh, so pretty. Anyway, then the next one is to read a book in a genre that you need to read more of. So what I've done is I've picked this book over here. So this is Coffin Nails MC, and this book is called Split, Sex and Mayhem series. Now, I understand that this apparently is a series, but this book, aside from the fact that it's got an awesome girl on the cover, is one that just intrigued me, and it's not something that I read much of. So, first of all, I don't read that many series anymore, just because I often find you start investing time in them, and then sometimes I don't really want to continue, or I don't have time to continue. But also, this is very much like a explicit sexual romance type of thing, which I don't read much of. So it does say, warning, contains adult content, explicit sexual content, strong language, violence, and topics that might be considered taboo. Reader discretion advised. That all sounds quite great, actually. So I'll basically read you the kind of tagline at the bottom. It says, split between lust for life and a craving for death. Astroth, motorcycle club president's daughter, virgin, occultist, and Hunter, outlaw biker, loves a challenge, ex-Christian. So that sounds interesting. I love biker things. I'm a huge Sons of Anarchy fan. I think the occult angle is going to be fun to read. I like that kind of thing. So yeah, this intrigues me, and it's something that I wouldn't normally have picked up, but honestly, I saw the cover, and I saw the gorgeous, like, goth girl on the cover, and I was like, well, yeah, I want to read it. So we'll see. Sounds good. And then the last one is to read a book that takes place on a different continent that you live in. So I'm in the UK. Actually, all of these books, I think, take place in the States. So this definitely takes place in America. Queen of the Damned takes place all over the place, but on a different continent than I am in the States. So I think all of these books would qualify for that challenge, as would actually Deadwood Witchwalking, because again, set in the States. So that is my TBR. I'd love to know what you're reading. I'd love to know if you've read any of these books and what you think of them. And yeah, have a great reading rush. I think it's the 20th of July it starts. Thank you for running it to the host. It's a great readathon. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you're all staying safe and well, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.